Narito ang Balitang Pinoy TV.
Okay, and in behalf of the Donmar TV, gusto kong magpapasalamat sa aking mga audience dito na laging sumusuporta sa akin kasi po napapansin ko lately, okay, na unti-unti po tayong dumadami at that only shows na malaki po ang paniniwala ninyo sa akin sa ating programa dito sa ating opinion, reaksyon sa mga balita. Okay, tayo po yung nagpapasalamat dyan at ako rin ay humihingi ng tulong sa inyo na i-like at saka i-share ang ating mga videos para mas marami pa tayong ma-share na mga balita na totoo, no? Pwera na lang diyan sa mga ibang mga vloggers, especially ito mga loyalista at mga bangag na vloggers, medyo ang kanilang mga vlog ay lahat kasinungalingan yan patungkol kay VP Sara. Kung mapapansin nyo, lagi nilang binabanatan yung hitsura ni VP Sara, personal na nilang binabanatan, mga ad hominem. So hindi po tayo gadon. Tayo po dito sa Donmar TV ay kung ano ang ginagawa ng mga pasaway na mga politicians ay yun po lamang ang ating kinokorek, nire-reaksyonan ng sarili nating opinion. Anyway yung mga first time dito, mag-subscribe rin kayo kasi libre lang ang mag-subscribe. Updated pa kayo sa mga issue, okay? So ngayon, pag-usapan natin itong si Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. Nagsalita na po doon sa Hague, okay? Nandun po siya sa Hague ngayon. At pinag-usapan po doon ang update sa kalagayan po ni former President Duterte. Ang pinakatanong dyan, makakalabas pa ba si Tatay Digong? O ano ba ang pakay ng ICC? Bias lang ba sila talaga? Ayaw na ba nilang pakawalan si Tatay Digong? Mamaya malalaman ninyo yan. Pakikinggan natin ang update patungkol kay Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. Okay? So ito, rekta na tayo dito kay VP Sara. Okay? In-interview na siya doon kay Alvin and Tourism patungkol po sa update ni Tatay Digong at sa mga issues naman. Okay, play.
Okay. Salamat Thank you.
VP Inday,
Yes.
welcome back to the Netherlands. Magandang araw po sa inyo. How are you today?
Thank you. I wouldn't say I'm happy to be back because of the situation of President Duterte, but I'm happy to see all of you again, and happy springtime sa inyong lahat. I am very well and okay.
Thank you, VP. On behalf of the Filipino community all over the world, welcome back and we're glad to see you again.
Yes, I'm happy to see first-timers as well. And first-timers in the Netherlands, ma'am, no?
Yes.
Oo.
Actually last year.
Oh.
We bring some cakes.
Oo.
Thank you, Tatay.
Salamat. And I think malaki din.
Alam nyo yung mga Pilipino dyan sa Hague, no? Ang swerte-swerte ninyo na meron po kayong opportunity na makalapit kay VP Sara ng ganun kalapit, di ba? Ang swerte nyo talaga.
Yung celebration nitong nakaraang March 28 para kay President Duterte. So nagpapasalamat din ako sa mga Filipinos overseas na pumunta dito sa Hague noong March 28 para mag-celebrate dito sa Duterte Street and mag-celebrate din dun sa Malidel Park. So thank you sa inyo.
Thank you, VP Inday.
Next birthday.
Yes, we always pray for that. No? Halos araw-araw yung dasal na sana ay makauwi na si President Duterte.
VP Inday.
Sobra ma'am. Sobrang mahal ng
Thank you, ma'am.
magastos ma'am.
VP Inday, how was your visit with PRRD after a while, ma'am, of not seeing him?
Okay lang naman. He looks well. He looks healthy. And wala naman siyang mga problema. I suggested na magpa-physiotherapy siya, but he refused na mag-physiotherapy. So, we'll see tomorrow kung makumbinsin natin siya na magpa-physiotherapy in lieu of his supposed dapat everyday exercise.
Yes. VP, what is your initial reaction when the jurisdiction was established, decided by the appeals chamber, ma'am?
Well, I accepted it as it is. Discussion na rin naman namin yon ng mga abogado, no, na we don't see any way that the ICC will let go of the case of President Duterte since isa na lang ito sa dalawa na ICC cases, no. So we don't think na they will let this go.
Is it the same sentiment, VP, with respect doon sa confirmation of charges?
Yes.
Okay.
Same lang, no, na this would really go to trial if the best way to move forward is to prepare for time.
VP Inday, the burning question is that how do you maintain such a vibrant and very beautiful vibe amidst all the persecution done to you by your detractors?
Sakuan, siguro.
Grabe naman yung tanong ni Alvin.
No, I've always been like this, yes. Even before I was vice president and hanggang naging vice president ako. And I don't see na magbabago yung disposition ko because of a few problems here and there. Sabi ko nga lagi, di ba noon, na parang tipong ang pinaka problema lang ng isang tao is magkasakit or mamatay because death is the ending, and then disease or sickness is going towards the ending.
VP, just to be political also, what is your position? A lot of people, especially individuals na talagang gusto kang ma-impeach, are already spreading statements sa social media or sa mainstream media that you will be impeached and there will be impeachment sa Senate against you.
Kung ordinary individuals lang naman yan, like ordinary Filipinos, pabayaan na natin yan, no? Kasi yan naman yung opinion nila, yan naman yung damdamin nila, hindi mo naman mapabago ang nararamdaman ng isang tao. But it is different siguro kapag congressman na yung nagsasabi or senator na yung nagsasabi. Kasi magtatanong ka, bakit sobrang sigurado ka na tapos na ito?
I was about to ask VP because Representative Ridon actually even made mention in an interview that you're very clear na talaga that there will be 106 votes.
May naniniwala ba yan kay Ridon? Ridon. Yan, si Ridon very obvious na gumaganti sa mga Duterte. Para rin yang si Trillanes
Which is required for the articles of impeachment na ma-endorse doon sa Senate.
Oh, well, hindi ako makakomment sa kanyang mga nalalaman kasi hindi ko alam kung ano yung alam niya.
Okay. VP Inday, just to conclude this interview, VP, no? Para siguro jet lag ka pa.
Wala, okay lang ako.
Okay lang. VP,
Natulog ako ng mayos.
Okay.
Hindi maganda na.
VP, what's your message to the undying, unwavering love and support to the former president and to the Duterte family, to you and your siblings as well?
Yes, oo. Undying din yung pagpapasalamat sa lahat ng mga kapatid.
Kung makikita itong video na ito ng mga taga House Committee on Justice, lalong silang maiirita. Ayan, no? Ito yung mukha ng isang vice president na tinitira nyo araw-araw. Maganda pa rin. Unbothered. Yan, unbothered talaga yan.
Bayan natin. In fact, kanina, as you mentioned, to bring the message to him, sabi mo, hindi kayo susuko. So, pinaabot ko din sa kanya, sabi ko, nagsabi sila na hindi sila susuko. At sabi niya na sumuko na daw kayo. Well, hindi ko alam kung joke yun or hindi. But,
miles away from him.
For PRD, I would take it as a joke. And of course, ako personally, yung lakas ko lang talaga galing talaga sa mga tao.
Correct. Kasi kung walang mga supporters ang mga Duterte, siguro sila malulungkot sila. Pero araw-araw makikita mo na ang daming supporters ni Tatay Digong, mabuhayan ka ng loob .
Sa totoo lang, iniwan na siguro ako lahat ng mga kaibigan ko na politiko, pero hindi ako iniwan ng mga kababayan.
Correct.
VP, another...
Grabe, no? Grabe yung sinabi niya yun. Iniwan man ako lahat ng mga kakampi ko mga politiko, pero hindi siya iniwan ng mga kababayan ko. Grabe. Ulitin natin yun kasi medyo maganda yung sinabi niya .
Of course, ako personally, yung lakas ko lang talaga galing talaga sa mga tao. Sa totoo lang, iniwan na siguro ako lahat ng mga kaibigan ko na politiko, pero hindi ako iniwan ng mga kababayan.
VP, another statement coming from perhaps sentiments by the Filipinos. Are you ready to become the next president of the Philippines?
I'm already a presumptive candidate because I declared my intention to run for the next presidential elections. We can only pray that there will be a presidential elections on 2028 and it will be honest, orderly, and peaceful.
On behalf of the Filipino VP, mabuhay ka, mahal ka namin at asahan mo ang suporta namin. Duterte!
Salamat.
Mabuhay ka, VP.
Ayan, pagpasok ni VP Inday, guys. Kasama niya si Kateki, of course. But ngayon, guys, Si VP Inday ay papasok na po siya para bisitahin si former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Mabuhay ka, VP Inday. Hanggang sa dulo ang laban na ito. Ayun.
Ayan so rekta tayo dito kay Attorney Panelo, yung anak ni Salvador Panelo, no? Mas lalong nahihirapan ngayon si Madriaga. Ito, panoorin niyo.
Sige, salamat thank you.
VP Inday.
Ano ba to? Oh, play.
First of all, what other evidence do you have against Madriaga?
Okay, so maybe we can start with his first claim, which is foundational to his other allegations against the vice president. Was he was formally assigned in the PSG, the Presidential Security Group, by former President Duterte from 2018 to 2021. So to disprove that, we were able to get the certification from the PSG, now the Presidential Security Command, that there is no Ramil Madriaga that has ever been employed, assigned, detailed, or otherwise connected with the PSG or even the PSC. And then we also have supporting testimony from 2 former PSG commanders attesting that they've never met this Madriaga. He's not the person, the trusted aide that he claims to be of the former president. And we also have a testimony from Lieutenant Colonel Dennis Nolasco. He was also with the PSG from 2016 to 2022. Testifying that the only connection of Ramil Madriaga to the PSG was that at one time, there was an unofficial certificate course conducted in the PSG, provided by an external company, a private company called PSSP-PA. And Madriaga just so happened to be a faculty member of that training provider. And then, of course, he also claims that he's been working with the vice president since 2018. He was introduced by the former president, according to him, to the vice president in 2018. The vice president, of course, denies this. And there are circumstances, including, in relation to that, he also claimed that he formed this parallel support group called ISIP Pilipinas. Inday Sara is my president, Pilipinas, to support the campaign of the vice president. But he claims that it was under the instructions of the vice president and that the vice president funded the operations of ISIP. So to disprove this, we have the testimony of Attorney Ryan Kilala. Attorney Ryan Kilala is a friend of Ramil Madriaga, and he also was an associate dean of San Sebastian Law. That's where the vice president met him while the vice president was still a fourth-year law student. So Attorney Kilala attests that Madriaga doesn't know the vice president personally, and in fact, the first ISIP Pilipinas virtual meeting with the vice president was arranged by Attorney Kilala and not by Madriaga. So it proves that they don't know each other personally, because if it was true that he'd been working for her for 3 years at that point, then he wouldn't have to go through Attorney Kilala to arrange a simple virtual meeting. And it goes on, Ms. Ses. We have a lot more evidence. It's 340 pages, the perjury complaint. And this afternoon, we filed a reply affidavit to his counter affidavit that he filed a couple of weeks ago.
There was that video presented in the House Justice Committee hearing wherein he showed this flag that was, well, it was quite striking because it sort of proved that there was some relationship or there was some connection. Was that falsified, that particular video?
We also addressed that in the perjury complaint. What happened was there was if you recall, there was a motorcycle caravan that VP Sara did just before the campaign period started, and there was a stop in Matnog, Sorsogon. So what these parallel groups do, like ISIP Pilipinas, is they try to figure out what the schedule of the campaign is or the caravan is, and then they go to the next stop of the campaign or the caravan to welcome the vice president or the other candidate. So that's what they did. ISIP Pilipinas went to Matnog, Sorsogon to welcome the vice president. The vice president, who was then just a candidate for VP, noticed that there was an ISIP Pilipinas group waiting for the group, waiting for VP Sara. So what she did was she called Attorney Ryan Kilala and asked and told him, hey, may nakita akong ISIP Pilipinas group dito na nag-aantay sa amin. Sino bang pwedeng pasalamatan dito? So Attorney Ryan Kilala said, ay, si Ram Madriaga should be there. Yun ang hanapin mo. So siya yung binigyan ng flag, and this is not a special thing for Ramil Madriaga.
Correct.
Yung pagbigay ng flag, that's something that they regularly do during campaign stops in this motorcycle caravan.
So it was
feel naman ni Madriaga na special siya doon eh. Sabi nga ni Chavit Singson, Madriaga is a professional scammer. Oh, yan ang sabi niya.
appear to be more important than it actually was. in the
Yes,
hearing.
and that's true for even the virtual meeting pictures that we've seen online that were presented to the House
Alright.
Justice Committee. Yeah.
Let's just say that you were right. However, even if these claims are proven to be true or false, there are other articles of impeachment that are there, and one article is just enough to, as claimed by Congresswoman Laila De Lima, is enough to convict the Vice President.
Si De Lima, isa pa rin yan. Galit rin yan sa mga Duterte. Di ba? De Lima, maniniwala pa ba dyan? Janelle.
If the
Yes,
Senate
that's-
so sees fit.
Yeah, that's true, Mrs. It's just that I specifically am counsel for the Vice President for this perjury complaint. I'm not part of the impeachment defense team. I know a bit of the other articles, but I can't speak on behalf of the impeachment defense team, other articles.
Okay, but you also said that you still have one thing in your arsenal. You might file another perjury complaint against Madriaga. I'm figuring you won't want to share that with us right now, but
Why
but why not, if you can? Or at which point will you consider to actually file this? Since as pointed out, if this counter affidavit of yours is already enough, then there won't be any point.
No, it's so what Madriaga did 2 weeks ago before the House Justice Committee.
Sa totoo lang, no? Ako po'y naawa kay Madriaga. Kasi ngayon, kakasuhan siya ngayon ng legal team ni VP Sara. And, ako, naniniwala talaga ako na matatalo siya. Ginamit siya ng mga kalaban sa politika ni VP Sara eh. Yung mga ginamit siya si Madriaga. Siya yung kawawa actually sa totoo lang. Yung mas lalo, anyway, siguro sabi siguro ni Madriaga wala nang silbi yung buhay ko, nakulong na ako. Ano siya? Parang wala na. Bahala na ito. Ang ending, ano nangyari? Habang buhay kang makukulong diyan. O kung makakalabas ka man, matanda ka na.
In presenting and testifying on this supplemental affidavit is a new perjury count. So it's for us. It's not a question of whether he committed it or not, or whether we will file it or not. It's just a matter of timing. And the only consideration right now is whether it would be wise to do so just before the impeachment trial starts.
Have you
So it's
figured?
more of a legal strategy thing than anything
But
else.
what would be the impact? How would it be disadvantageous to you or to your client if you do it before the vote?
Yeah, it's just about the possible disadvantage is just showing your cards before the trial starts.
Correct.
But we had the same issue or dilemma right before we filed the first perjury complaint. There was a discussion of whether it was wise to show our hand, but the Vice President decided that no matter what, even if they're prepared for us, they can't do anything about what we're about to present because we're telling the truth.
Maganda ito para sa akin, no? Na hindi talaga lahat ng plano ng legal team ni VP Sara ay i-reveal nila. Okay? Kasi po, strategy yan ang importante sa kanila doon sa impeachment.
Ito na nga mga kabalita. Ano na ang masasabi nyo patungkol sa balitang ito? Please comment down below mga kabalita. Pag-usapan natin yan sa comment section. At kung di ka pa nakasubscribe sa ating channel, baka naman